glad you made it. This is Blazer Rider 2.0, and as always, clarity over comfort. Today I want to read you a poem I wrote. It's not a riddle, and it's not a teaching. It's a way of seeing, a way of thinking about the world when all comforting illusions are stripped away. It's called The Fool. Only the fool truly understands what it means to live. In the face of towering worthlessness, he stands alone at the edge of the abyss. He has torn the veil of purpose, laughed at the scaffolding of gods. When the void stares back, he does not look away. When others run, he chooses to dive. He builds a sandcastle at low tide and bets with the ocean. The fool lives in accordance with the universe, in a strange dance, a contradiction to the human curse. No longer a slave to constructs like sin, a fiend no more for meaning. He dances without music and still hits every note. He knows he will die, yet waters his plants. Only the fool truly understands what it means to live. This is not a claim of superiority, it's a provocation. In this poem, the word fool doesn't mean idiot. It means someone who has given up the need to pretend. Most people live through a lens, a manufactured frame that gives them comfort. Religion, purpose, progress, moral order. These are scaffolding we cling to make sense of chaos. But the fool has torn the veil of purpose and laughed at the scaffolding of gods. He has let go of the stories. He doesn't believe the universe owes him meaning, and he doesn't invent a god to fill the silence. When the void stares back, he does not look away. This is the center of the poem. The fool doesn't blink when faced with the absurdity of life. He doesn't run to ideology or drown in despair. He simply looks, and then he chooses to dive. He embraces the absurd. He becomes active in the face of futility. He builds a sandcastle at low tide and bets with the ocean. This is the heart of absurd rebellion, knowing it will be washed away and building it anyway, not for legacy, not for reward, but because creation is an act of defiance. To create without illusion is to live truthfully. To act without guarantee is to be free. This is what the fool represents, a way of living after meaning has collapsed, but before nihilism consumes you. It's not passive surrender. It's an affirmation of life with eyes open. The fool lives in accordance with the universe, in a strange dance, a contradiction to the human curse. The human curse is our need to believe. We crave narrative, permanence, cosmic justice. But the universe is silent, indifferent. The fool doesn't fight the silence, he moves with it. He dances, not to music, but to the rhythm of impermanence. He dances without music, and still hits every note. That's the miracle. To find grace without structure. To live artfully in a meaningless world. No longer a slave to constructs like sin, a fiend no more for meaning. This line directly challenges moral frameworks that claim to define what a good life is. The fool doesn't sin because he doesn't believe in sin. He doesn't need salvation because he never agreed to the rules of damnation. He doesn't need meaning because he has rejected the hunger for it as a trap. This is not nihilism, it's liberation. To see the absence of inherent meaning not as a crisis, but as a blank canvas. He knows he will die, yet waters his plants. This is the essence of absurd ethic. Death is certain, nothing lasts, and still he chooses care. This act isn't logical, it isn't moral, it isn't rewarded, but it's beautiful. Watering the plants becomes a sacred gesture, not because it's part of some higher plan, but because it isn't. It's an act of gentle rebellion in a godless world. This poem is not a doctrine. It's not a truth claim. It's a lens, one I use when the world's illusions collapse. The fool is not a prophet. He's not a hero. He's just someone who has stopped lying to himself. And yet he continues. That to me is wisdom. Thanks for listening. Until next time. Clarity over comfort.